my chest was hurting from for a couple of days where it felt like I just couldn't breathe at all. Even like walking up the steps was very hard for me. Just any walking from my room to the bathroom was very hard. Felt like I was just like running a marathon. That's how bad, and my chest was tightened up. It was something like I never felt really before. Even being out of breath for sports, this out of breath was a lot different. So that's what really that scared me. I'm like, this is something that I need to go get checked out.
So I know, and I know this because you've posted over social media and stuff like that. Just working on your weight, trying to get back in shape, lose weight. How much of that was a concern with when this came around that you were maybe more at risk than other people?
What actually, that actually helped me, since I had been working out with my trainer Lance, and trying to be more conscious of my weight, and because that was one of the big things they did. They took blood for everything. They checked diabetes, my kidneys, everything, and pretty much everything came back pretty good. So that was the big thing, that I didn't have any underlying problems, and that was what helped me recover faster. So that was a blessing, and that's all I could chalk it up to. That was a blessing from God, that I have been, conscious, within the last 6 months, to work out, to try to eat better, and it that ultimately helped me get out the doctors or the hospital faster.
So because of the fact that you had been kind of you've been working out, multiple days a week and trying to get back in shape, that helped. I mean, your body was basically good before you felt fine before you started feeling these symptoms.
Yes. I was going. I was fine. Yep. I was, trying to get back, working out, doing some things at the Y, and training. And, I was cool. And then it just like one day, I would start to get this cough, and it progressively got worse. And actually, it was to the point where I had stopped, for that time I wasn't really working out, because I was just feeling sick and tired. I was working, and I just from home, and that's all I could do. And then one time I remember I went out for a jog, and I couldn't finish the workout. I had went out with one of my brothers, and I had to tell him to go ahead and finish, and I'll be here. And that's when I'm like, that was one of my concerns as well. So there was signs that, now that I look back and had some time to think about, that I should have went into the hospital a little earlier, and maybe they could have caught it, and I would have only had pneumonia. But I just sat and waited too long, and I'm lucky to have friends and family to they pushed me to go, and I'm really blessed for that, because my stubborn self, I probably would have never went. I probably just would have tried to kept taking over the counter medication, so.
How do you know how you got it?
Yes, I do. I actually got it from someone in my household. They were sick, and they were sick, and they had pneumonia, and that's what I got. And the pneumonia it became turned into COVID. you
Got
know
it. So someone in the house was sick but didn't have COVID, but
yes.
your pneumonia turned into COVID.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
Does anyone else in the family, has anyone else been diagnosed with COVID since?
Nope. And not plenty of people, because we were actually honoring the social distancing rules and
Yeah.
everything. So uh, I live with a younger brother of mine, and he has his kids, and none of them got any symptoms or anything. And actually, the person that got pneumonia was sick. He had got tested, and he was fine. So,
So who are you living with right now?
one of my younger brothers.
Okay. And are you in Harrisburg or Steelton or
In
where?
Stilton. Yep,
What's up? I missed that part.
I'm in Stilton.
Okay, cool. So why did you have to stay in the hospital for a few
because
days?
when I first got there, Matt, I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't breathe, and I felt that. And they put me on oxygen, and when I got there, I was on 15 liters of oxygen, and almost couldn't. They were going to take over the breathing for me, which was very, very scary. The doctor and the anesthesiologist came in and was talked to me and was like, it's if I come in here, anesthesiologist said if I come in here with all my tools, that's when you're going to be intubated. And asked if I had ever been, and I had told him I was up in St. Francis when I had my freshman year when I had surgery, and that was the last time I had ever been put to sleep. So it had been a while since then. So that scared me. That scared me a lot.
So how many, you spent 3 days in the hospital? You did, but you didn't have to go on a ventilator or anything like that?
No, I spent I left Thursday afternoon, so
Okay.
pretty much 4 days. Monday to Thursday, I was in the hospital.
Did they come right back to you with the results from your test? When you went in Monday to test, did they get right back to you?
Yes, and supposedly they had that. I was one of the first ones that they had was able to do that. They were saying it was taking 24 to 36 hours to get the results back, but I was there, and I was in one of the pre-waiting rooms, and they came back and told me that I did have COVID. So that was a scary moment as well.
Well, I wanted to ask you, because you hear all this stuff about COVID and what people are dying from it. I mean, there's no way around it. And how scary was that for you, knowing what kind of in the outside world about what this disease is doing?
Yeah, like you said, that's all I saw was people getting sick, really sick, and people passing away from this. And there are people passing away, and in the media, that's what they were portraying. So honestly, I had to, for those 4 days in the hospital, I had to turn off the news, off the social media stuff. I really couldn't watch anything because it just seemed like everything they said was negative, and that really that struck fear in me. It really did, but I was blessed and I was praying a lot, and I was able to recover fast. And I know people out there, even in the Harrisburg area, wasn't so blessed as I was, and I really want to just tell those families, it's rough, and my prayers sent out to everyone with this.
Give me one quick second here. I know you have, over the years, have this larger than life personality. And I mean, people know who Big Cat. You mentioned, if you followed local sports in the last 15 years and you mentioned the name Big Cat, they know who you are. And a lot of people, because I know, because Penn Live had the story a couple weeks ago and whatnot, they know that you're kind of fighting this right now. And I'm just curious what the response from the community has been towards you, because as someone that, people know, like you are a public figure in the community, whether you want to be or not.
Try not to be, but yes, the responses I've been getting, the people reaching out, that's even when I first announced it, Matt, I was blown away, and I really want to say I appreciate every text, every call, every Facebook message, every person that has prayed for me or shared my story. I really want to say thank you. And that's what I said in the hospital. It's been helping me get through this time, because it's a rough time for me. I'm stuck in this room. There's not too many. I can't go anywhere. And everyone that's brought something to the house and help my parents, I just really would like to say thank you. And big ups to my parents that's been dealing with me for these last 10 days, and my brothers and my sisters, they've been all working for me hand and foot, and I really appreciate it, and I love them. And everyone that's reached out and texted me, it's been great. And really to really know that you're loved and people are thinking about you helping me get through this.
So you check out of the hospital, you come home a week and a half ago, and when did you start feeling better? When did your mindset turn like, you know what, I'm not scared anymore, I can beat this thing?
Actually, when in the hospital, Monday was rough, Tuesday was rough, but Wednesday I was ready to, like, okay, this is I'm gonna fight this thing, and I'm gonna beat this with everything I got. And that's when the leaders of oxygen started to go down, and I started to be walking around for a little bit without the little oxygen in my nose. And that's when I started to see things turn around for me. And, the team at UPMC, I can't stress it enough. I can't say it enough. They were great. They helped me through the whole process. And, it was good to know it eased my mind. It eased everything to know that they knew what they were talking about and educated, and they were helping me. And it was a constant, conversation of how you're doing, and a lot of people checking in on me, and it made me comfortable. So that I give credit to that helping me my turnaround fast as well.
You've been through you've gone through tough practices, tough games, suicide drills.
Yeah.
You and I both know Coach Valerio can be a real SOB.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
How does this fight compare to your toughest two-a-days, fourth quarter in the trenches sort of fights that you've been through in your career?
It's nothing like it. It's too, I know I've been fighting, football and basketball sports all my life, and I guess I'm a pretty tough guy. I know I could get through that. Whatever they threw at me, I'm gonna get through, finish, and that's just the Stilton mindset. Or even the 717 mindset. We're gonna battle to the end. All the guys that go off to college, and that has to be the mindset that whatever it is, we're not going to break down. We're going to finish, and we're going to fight. And I think that's the 717 motto, and that's the thing that I brought to St. Francis, is that type of energy, that type of creativeness. I just fight to the end, and that's what I think the 717 is all about. Now this right here, I didn't have that type of feel at first, because it was the unknown. So I didn't really know anything about it, and it just scared the mess out of me. It really struck fear into me, and like I didn't know. So that's what really got me messed up, and that was the difference. Football, basketball, I knew that I was going to fight, and I was going to fight, keep fighting until I can't fight no more. This, at first, I was like, wow, because of the media, the things you see, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and it scared me. So that was the difference.